welcome, ma'am. And I'd like to begin with you. What really went wrong with the Kerala model, which was so fated and so celebrated? At the beginning of the COVID-19, it looked as if everything was in order, but then during the second wave, something seemed to have gone wrong. Please do tell us.
I think we cannot say something went wrong here,
Yeah,
but we are facing a great challenge. This is a novel virus, and we are trying to, the whole globe is trying to tackle this problem properly. Our aim is to reduce the mortality rate. Ultimate aim is that.
yes,
Part Kerala tried best to reduce the transmission rate and also reduce the mortality rate, case
right,
fatality rate. And before the lifting of the lockdown, we have 500 cases, almost 500 cases before May 3rd, March 24th, the central government declared the lockdown here, and May 3rd, after May 3rd, central government lifted the lockdown. We cannot lock down everything forever because
right,
we have to protect the livelihoods also, not only the lives but also livelihoods also. That is why our country lifted the lockdown. But when once the lockdown lifted, we expected that the transmission become great, or the curve again become sharper, and we expected that and prepared for that. Before May 3rd, we have only 500 cases, 499 cases, and only 3 deaths out of that, and our transmission rate is only 33%.
right.
Out of the imported cases, we have 33% transmitted cases, locally transmitted cases. And that was a success story. We didn't celebrate it, but all the world is looking at
The
us,
world celebrated it.
What Kerala is doing there, and they can reduce the mortality rate to 0.5%. And they inquired and they asked me, how is it possible? How was it possible? And I said to them that we tried our best. We have a very good public health system here, and we have a united work here, and we have the local level workers, volunteers, etc. And combining all these things, we were fighting against that virus at that time, and we gained a very good result out of that. That is the thing. At that time itself, I told to the BBC and also to the Guardian, I told that we are expecting a second wave once the lockdown lifted. And certainly it came here.
Right.
And after May 3rd, we are getting more cases. Within these months, we got so many cases, and the virus go to the society also,
Hmm.
and it is spreading, and spreading, not spreading throughout the state, but also in some parts. And we have some clusters formed. When the lockdown was lifted, the people, expatriates in a bulk, they returned to Kerala. More than 9 lakhs expatriates returned to Kerala at that time. Before that, only 1 lakh people returned from outside the state, and also from the other countries, and also from other states, neighbor states. But once the lockdown lifted at that time, 9 lakhs, more than 9 lakhs, I think now it becomes more than 10 lakhs people returned to Kerala, and the transmission occur.
Right.
80% of the people will obey our guidelines of the health department, but 20% they will jump the quarantine, and they will go to the society, and that way the transmission occurred here, and some clusters formed, and in towns and in cities it occurred. And at that time onwards, we are trying our best to tackle the problem, to contain this virus, or to reduce the graph and also reduce the mortality rate. One thing I can say that now also our mortality rate is only 0.34.
Triple. Yeah.
It is reducing actually. Then we cannot say we have done any mistake.
Right.
Something occurred here, some gatherings and other things for festival and for wedding, etc. And at their place, some clusters occurred here. That is the truth. But we are not losing, our mortality rate is 0.34% yesterday.